Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Lynn Brown, the one and only Princess of Gospel, right here on the PM Show. And today I have with me Teresa Williams, and she's running for, you tell them what office are you that you're running for.
I'm running to be your Broward County State Attorney. And what that is a fancy way of saying a district attorney or the head prosecutor for the county, the attorney that handles all the criminal cases that arise as a result of crimes that are occurred or alleged to have occurred in Broward County.
Okay, well, Teresa, why don't you take this opportunity to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I'll start from the beginning. I was originally from New York. I grew up in Bayside, New York. I was raised by 3 women, my grandmother, my aunt, and my mother. And I'll tell you that each one of them kind of brought a little bit to my life and a certain perspective that kind of makes me what I am today.
Okay.
My grandmother was really, really smart. And she was a great problem solver. One of the main things she always taught me is quit complaining. Complaining gets you nowhere. You need to take action. You need to have a plan, and you need to follow through with it. My mother was disabled from rheumatoid arthritis, and as a result, we didn't have a lot of money. She wasn't able to work for a significant period of time. And so I know what it's like to worry about money, and I won't tell you I ever went without, because my 3 mothers made sure that I had everything that I needed.
Okay.
But I got very, very lucky when my mother met my stepfather, and he wound up paying for my education, and I very much appreciate that, and I know just how lucky I am. It could have been in a very different situation. But my mother was the one who always taught me to treat every single person that I encounter with respect and dignity, whether they are a homeless person or a CEO. The only time that you look down on someone is when you're helping them up. And it was really the third person, my aunt, who was the one that really inspired me to be an attorney. She had such fire in her heart. She was a militant feminist and always taught me that you never let anybody tell you that you can't do something because you're a woman.
Right.
But she also taught me that, when you see something in this world that is wrong, don't just sit back. You have to be a leader.
Right.
And you have to get involved in your community, and you have to speak out, and you need to take action, because if you don't, who's going to do it?
Exactly.
And she always encouraged me to be that person. And, she taught me to find my passion. And I found my passion at the University of North Carolina when I decided to major in administration of criminal justice.
Okay.
I really mean it when I say in my jury selection that our criminal justice system is what separates us, what makes us a sophisticated society. It's the ideals that are behind our criminal justice system: fairness and equality for everyone, blind justice, where how you look, what your race is, what your stature in life is, means absolutely nothing to the system. And the fact that our founding fathers cared so much about that they would have died had we lost the American Revolution. It was one of the most important things to them. I really have a passion for criminal justice, and I feel so blessed and privileged to have the abilities that I have to be a part of this system. And so I wound up getting married to my high school sweetheart.
Okay, great.
So I'm a mother and a wife.
Okay.
I've been married. I will be married this weekend for 27 years.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that, you know what, that's no small feat, as many people know. But I am, again, blessed in that I have a wonderful, loving husband and 2 beautiful children. I raised my family in Plantation Gardens, where I've owned my home for 22 years. And I have had the fabulous opportunity of being on both sides of the podium in criminal justice. I started my career as an assistant state attorney in Miami-Dade County, and I was trained in the philosophies of Janet Reno. And what we were basically taught is you look at the case, you look at the facts, you look at the circumstances, the effect on society, the effect on the victim. You look at also the circumstances of the defendant, and you make a determination as to what is the right thing to do. And it doesn't matter who likes it. It doesn't matter who doesn't. It doesn't matter whether you're criticized for it or not criticized for it. Can't make everybody happy in this world.
Right.
But you do what's right. And
that makes sense.
I got to tell you, I very naively thought that that's how it worked everywhere. When I came to the other side of the podium
Okay.
as a criminal defense attorney, and it's kind of odd, is I'm truly balanced. I was a prosecutor for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was the division chief of the career criminal robbery unit when I left. I tried murder cases on court TV. I was an administrator, supervisor, a training attorney. I was a juvenile supervisor. I was a sexual battery prosecutor, a child abuse prosecutor. Put my head on my pillow every single night and knew that I had done the right thing. When I became a defense attorney in Broward County, I saw a system that was entirely different. And it really took me a while to figure out the forces that were in play.
Okay.
But I very strongly believe that in this system, we have an assembly line system of justice. We treat people like numbers instead of like people.
Now that's interesting to know.
We do a mathematical calculation when someone gets arrested, and that's what they're offered. There is no regard for the fact that there is a human being on either side of the case. Most victims don't even speak to a prosecutor. They basically receive a card in the mail, maybe a letter.
Yes.
And they get a letter when the case is resolved. Nobody really takes into account the specific and individual circumstances of how the crime may have affected their life. And nobody takes into account the specific and individual circumstances of the person who's committed the crime. And so as a result, we do the same thing over and over again. We have done the same thing over and over again for 40 years. And that's the term that your current state attorney has held power in this county. And it just seems like your whole courthouse is run by the same people who were running it in the 70s.
Well, let me ask you this. What would you do different than our current prosecuting attorney?
Well, there are a lot of things I would do differently, but number one would be to change the philosophies that run our system. Howard Finkelstein, your elected public defender, basically has criticized your current office by saying there are two different systems of justice. And there are two different systems of justice. I agree with that. That's because if you're politically powerful, you get treated one way. And if you aren't, well, then you become that tough on crime number, that tough on crime statistic. The result is our mass incarceration and higher budgets, people with more power, people making more money as a result. I want to put an end to that. First, I will absolutely put together a position to be more specific where I'll screen cases before they are actually filed in the system. Currently, the state attorney's office reads a police report. And it's that one piece of paper that separates somebody's freedom from being placed on the line and somebody being free to do and go about their business. I strongly believe that cases shouldn't be filed unless they can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt for two reasons. First, you don't want to stretch the resources of the criminal justice system to a point where you're doing more quantity versus quality. And unfortunately, that's what's resulted here. We have a system where our prosecutors are overworked, underappreciated. There is one training attorney for 200 lawyers in this county. And I've seen cases where certain prosecutors didn't know how to introduce a 911 tape.
My goodness, that's not good.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you, let me stop you right there. Let me ask you this question. With all the media uproar right now, with all the police shootings and things that are going on in the different communities, if that were to happen here in Broward County and you were the prosecuting attorney for Broward, how would you handle that?
You know what? We are in one of the most difficult periods involving turmoil in our community right now. And the first thing that I would do in regard to the way that we handle police shooting cases is I would want to give this community complete transparency. I want this community to be able to see all of the evidence, to be able to view how the evidence was collected and know that that process was fair and neutral, to be able to hold someone accountable as a result of the decisions that are made. And I will stand behind every decision that needs to be made in this community. I will justify it. I will explain it. I will answer questions. And the one thing I won't do is have these decisions made by a grand jury. You currently have a system in Broward County where, by law, what is presented to the grand jury cannot be revealed to the public. And so, as a result, police misconduct investigations are done in secret. You don't know what evidence was presented. You don't know what wasn't presented. You don't know how it was presented. You don't know how it was argued. And for 39 years, there has never been an indictment against a police officer for a police shooting incident. I filed on a Wednesday, or one day of the week, I don't remember exactly which one. And the next week we had our first indictment of Deputy Peraza in the Jeremy McBean case. And many people have said that indictment was politically motivated. I don't know the answer to that because I can't get inside of people's heads. But I do know that we don't have the ability as members of the public to look at how that investigation was conducted and what was presented, where if it was done in a courtroom, it would be a public forum. And if I were the state attorney, I would be able to show a full and complete report to everyone and stand behind the decision that had been made.
Well, let me ask you this question here. With all that you've said, and you want the public to know about everything that's going on, what could the community expect from you being the state prosecutor for Broward County?
What I am hopeful to do is create trust with this community. I want people to know that they will be treated fairly and they will be treated equally, right? And know that I do that based on the law and based on a completely neutral view without regard to political ramifications, because it's this community that I care about. I don't care about whether or not I get reelected. I know I'm going to get reelected because I'm going to do this job and I'm going to do it well. And I am going to respect every single person as an individual. And so what I'm really hopeful is that the community will know that, the community will trust in that, and we can start to mend some of the wounds that we have in our criminal justice system on a systemic level and most certainly on a local level.
With this, there's, I've been toiling in my mind how I want to ask this question here. With the current prosecutor, there was a recent stint in the news where there were some cases that were kind of like pushed under the rug, sort of like the good old boy system. I want to ask you first, how would you handle a situation like that? And is there anything that can be done about it if you were to take office with those particular cases? Because right now we may have a lot of people that have gone to jail, innocent people, people who have been put on probation. Maybe some people may have even lost their lives innocently behind this stuff being pushed under, these cases being pushed under the rug. What would you want to do about that?
Well, in Manhattan, they started something called the Wrongful Conviction Unit. And I do hope to look at how that unit operates in New York in order to be able to implement a similar type of process here in Broward County. I see firsthand many people who have been charged with crimes that should not have been charged in the first place. I see people who take pleas to cases because they have a choice between probation or rolling the dice and putting their life in prison on the line. And having to make that choice results in a very unfair outcome. I will put a wrongful conviction panel together in order to provide some relief to the community. And that doesn't mean everybody should be calling me and saying, I was wrongfully convicted. You know whether or not you did it or you didn't.
Correct.
And so I ask for everybody to use their own introspection and not abuse the system.
Right.
But we will most certainly take a look at circumstances where it's abundantly clear that a case was so weak that a plea offer was made and it was a plea offer that you couldn't refuse. And if the rest of your life reflects the fact that this would be criminal activity that would be completely and totally out of character, well, we're going to provide some relief to that. As far as cases that were placed under the rug, there is something called a statute of limitations.
Okay.
And certain cases, if they are not prosecuted, can be revisited many years down the road. It's difficult to prove cases
Right.
as they get older, but most certainly we will pay attention to the demands of the community. What types of things are going to be brought to our attention? We are happy to keep an open door and an open mind. And again, create that trust with the community so that if there's something that people strongly feel about, they know that they have an open door and they have recourse. And at the end of the day, they have justice.
Well, you know what, Teresa, I want to thank you for stopping by the PM show and just having this chat with me so that the people will know that they have someone who will be interested in making sure that they are treated fairly. Because a lot of times we don't get treated fairly. So, but with that being said, we're going to have to bring you back.
Well, I would love to come back then. And I can't thank you enough for having me here this evening. I'd like to thank your viewers. And I'm very, very hopeful that all of you, if you are not registered to vote, that you please get out and register to vote by July the 30th. What happens in these races is your good old boy network, the ones that you talk about, basically rely on the fact that it's a very small group of people who come out and vote in August. They tell them what they want to hear, and they don't know the reality of what the community goes through. For those of you who do know that, for those of you who do feel distrust, for those of you who do want better, it's out there. It can happen, and I want to be the person to make that happen. So please make sure that you get out and vote on August the 30th, and please vote for Teresa Williams for Broward County State Attorney.
Well, once again, thank you. This is the one and only Princess of Gospel right here on the PM show. And as I always say, peace, love, hair grease with a perm. I love you for free and stay jelly bean happy.
Hi, I'm Teresa Williams, and I'm running to be your head prosecutor, the Broward County State Attorney. Decided to take the bull by the horns and run for office because I can no longer tolerate a criminal justice system that allows the rich and the powerful to go unprosecuted and serves primarily to get people reelected and make people money. I want to end the assembly line system of criminal justice that we have in this county that treats people like numbers and statistics instead of human beings. It's time for change. The man that I'm running against has been in this position for 40 years. How does that happen? Well, the good old boys go to that small number of people who always vote and tell them exactly what they want to hear. The rest of this community doesn't have a voice. Help me by getting out and registering to vote by July the 30th to bring the type of change to this community that we deserve. A criminal justice system that treats everyone fairly and equally. A criminal justice system that does justice. I'm Teresa Williams. Vote for me to be your Broward County State Attorney on August the 30th, 2016.
Musgrove music.
Honey, wake up. We gotta go and get ready for church, okay? I'm gonna go and get ready.
All right.
Honey, you still asleep? We're gonna be late. Let's go.
You just go ahead. I'll walk on over. I'll be there before praise and worship. Okay?
All right.
Saints of God, don't let the devil distract you from your path. Keep your eyes focused on the Lord, and He will direct your path. No matter what they do on the shack me, no matter what they say won't sway me. I'm living my life for Jesus. I'm living my life for Christ. No matter how they scam won't fool me. No matter how they plot won't trap me. I'm living my life for Jesus each and every day. Yeah. Only you can make my life complete. I stretch out my hands to Thee, Father, please come.
that came out before me. I want you to touch those who are lost. Let them know that through Jesus, they can come to you and they can be redeemed. They can be saved in your name, in Jesus' name. Amen.
What time the preacher supposed to be here?
Man, the preacher coming right now, man. In a minute, the preacher coming here now, man.
Okay, we got to look out for him, right?
Yeah, he's up there. He's coming from right here.
Okay.
The preacher was here, man.
So the dude that came here the other night, we go to church with him. We go to church with him. So when we come by, we just go. We come down here right now. He come down this way right now. Let's catch him. Let's go.
Hey, preacher, wait for me. I want to go to church. Welcome.
Amen.
Thank you.
No matter what they do, won't distract me. No matter what they say, won't sway me. I'm living my life for Jesus. I'm living my life for Christ. No matter how they say I won't fool me. No matter how they plot, won't trap me. I'm living my life for Jesus each and every day. Yeah. I'm living my life for Jesus. I'm living my life for Christ. I'm living my life for Jesus. I'm living my life for Christ. I'm living my life for Jesus. I'm living my life for Christ. I'm living my life for Jesus each and every day. Yeah. No matter what they do, won't distract me. No matter what they say, won't sway me. I'm living my life for Jesus. I'm living my life for Christ. No matter how they say I won't fool me. No matter how they plot, won't trap me. I'm living my life for Jesus each and every day. Yeah. You can't trap me, can't sway me, can't distract me, no fool me, no. I'm living my life for Jesus. You can't trap me, can't sway me, can't distract me, no fool me, no. I'm living my life for Jesus. No matter what they do, won't distract me. No matter what they say, won't sway me. I'm living my life for Jesus. I'm living my life for Christ. No matter how they say I won't fool me. No matter how they plot, won't trap me. I'm living my life for Jesus each and every day. Yeah. No matter what they do, won't distract me. No matter what they say, won't sway me. I'm living my life for Jesus. I'm living my life for Christ. No matter how they say I won't fool me. No matter how they plot, won't trap me. I'm living my life for Jesus each and every day. Yeah.
Musgrove music.
Yeah, I'm taking back everything the devil stole from me. I'm on the offensive, no more defense, waiting to be attacked by the enemy. I'm on the offensive. I'm on a mission, but it's not impossible. I'm taking back everything that the devil stole. I'm in the fight for my life, trying to save my soul. And I'm armed to the teeth with the word of God. Here I come and I ain't taking no prisoner. Devil gotta flee with the words God's given me. He's cruising for a bruising and he gonna get it. Cause I'm covered by the blood and his righteousness. I'm on the offensive, taking the fight to the enemy. Yeah. I'm on the offensive, taking back what he stole from me. Yeah. Sound the charge, it's time to attack. We're gonna lay the devil out flat on his back. Don't let him up,
don't give him a breather. Round 1, we gonna hit him with an uppercut. Round 2, gonna hit him with the body blows. Round 3, gonna hit him with the right cross. Round 4, ain't gonna be no round 4. Let's hit him with everything we got. I'm on the offensive, taking the fight to the enemy. Yeah. I'm on the offensive, taking back what he stole from me. I'm on the offensive, taking back what he stole from me. I'm on the offensive, taking back what he stole from me. With the word of God as my weapon of choice, with the breastplate of righteousness, I can withstand any attack of the enemy. So I'm calling all my soldiers in Christ to join the fight. It's time to make a stand. No surrender, no retreat. On the offensive until the final victory is won. In the name of Jesus, we have the victory. I'm on the offensive, taking back what he stole from me. Yeah. I'm on the offensive, taking back what he stole from me. Yeah. I'm on the offensive, taking the fight to the enemy. Yeah. I'm on the offensive, taking back what he stole from me. Yeah. I'm on the offensive, taking the fight to the enemy. Yeah. I'm on the offensive, taking back what he stole from me. Yeah.
Are you tired of failed attempts at dieting? Don't you wish you had more energy? Are aches and pains slowing you down? Now is the time to give Nusentral a try. Nusentral products are made from natural ingredients formulated to heal the body from inside out. Our products are held to the highest standards of quality and provide 100% daily vitamins and nutriments for all. Go ahead now to turn back that aging clock. Try Nusentrals today. Brenda Solomon, Nusentral representative and success story.